Morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday's stick mobility workout. Hope everyone's feeling great this morning. Today's workout, we're gonna get some Dunphy squats in. We're gonna hit those legs up a little bit. We'll get some dead bug series in, hit up that core that everybody loves to get. And we'll do some quadruped pushing also, so crawl pattern position also this morning. Let's go ahead and get started, all right? Let's grab 2 sticks. Let's get those feet warmed up. First thing we wanna do is we're going to address the toes, but we're also going to address the top of the foot also. So we want to address this tissue up here, which tends to get tight on a lot of people. So I'm going to take a little side profile here. My feet are relatively close together, just about 4 inches apart or so. So the sticks are right at about 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, but I'm going to move them right in line with my little toes. Reach up at the top here. So we're going to take that rope grip, so we're going to get a little bit of monkey hang in to start with also. Take that left foot, extend it back, and extend the ankle so the top of the foot is on the floor. If you're experiencing any cramping on the bottom of the foot, once again, just ease out of this and then go back into it, all right? So from here, let's hang. So really kick that foot back. Bring that front heel up. So working the toes and extension on the front foot, on the right foot. Got the hang in, and then you should feel a little bit of load on that back foot, the top of the back foot. Shift weight forward, and now slowly shift weight back. As you shift weight back, you'll feel that back foot a little bit more. Shift weight forward, shift weight back. One more, forward, and back. Excellent. Bring your front foot heel down. Let's switch feet. Make sure that you place the left foot in the same alignment as the right. Now extend the right foot back. Top of the foot is on the floor. Hang. Bring that front heel up so the front toes are in extension. Breathe. Shift weight forward. And now shift weight back. Shift weight forward. Shift weight back. One more. Forward and back. Back to center and relax. Nicely done. Okay, let's go ahead and put one stick down. Okay, let's get some hip movement in. We're going to do some pelvic tucks. Get that forward and backward motion of the hips moving. So horse stance, wide base with the feet. I'll take a little bit of an off angle here. So nice wide base. Stick is at 12 o'clock. Hands are sternum level or chest level. Drop your hips down about 2 inches towards the floor. The head is stacked over the shoulders and the shoulders are stacked over the hips. Remember, horse stance is not this position. This is not a horse stance. Chest nice and tall, everything is stacked. Bottom of the stick angled towards you. Push the stick into the floor, about 50% tension. As you push the stick down into the floor, lats should be engaged. You should feel everything driving down towards the floor. Deep front line should be activated. Now what I want you to do from here is I want you to pull the floor together with your feet. So your left foot is driving in toward your center, and then your right foot is driving in toward your center, like you're trying to pull the floor together. You should feel your pelvic floor a little bit more while you do this. Inhale, go anterior tilt. Exhale, posterior. Inhale, load the hips. Exhale, 3 more. Inhale, load the hips. Exhale, unload. 2 more. 1 more. And relax. Good. Okay. By pulling the floor together, you should have felt the medial tissues. You should have felt a lot more hip activation while you were doing that. Next thing we want to do is we're going to do some hip circles, get those hips moving. You're going to feel the head of the femur moving around in the hip socket so we can lubricate all that connective tissue in there, make sure it's not all gunked up, all right? So same horse stance, I'll change my angle a little bit. Switch hand position. Make sure you're not putting the same hand on top all the time. Stick at 12 o'clock position. Push the stick into the floor at 50% tension. Tuck the pelvis underneath you. So here's your 12 o'clock. We're going to go counterclockwise. Push the hip out to 9. Now you're going to tuck it back to 6. Push it over to 3, and then pull it back under to your 12. So it's a nice circular motion with just the hips. The stick stays still and your upper torso stays still. So do not be shifting your weights all over the place. One more, and then we're going to change directions. So remember, when we're activating joints or moving joints, less is more. Reverse direction, so now we're going clockwise. As you move the hips in that circular pattern, you should feel that reaction all the way down to the feet, how the feet have to deal with that chain reaction. One more. And relax. Nice. Okay, let's get that spine moving. Wide base with the feet. Stick at 12 o'clock. Hands are chest level. We're going to stay in a nice tall position here. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to keep the hips and the head facing forward so we get some disassociation between the lumbar spine and the hips, and then we get some disassociation between your C-spine and your thoracic spine, or your neck and your torso. Push the stick into the floor, 50% tension, and now move the stick to the left. Squeeze the glutes to keep the hips square. You're not moving the head. Move the stick to the right. Keep your eyes locked in and your head locked straight ahead, squeezing those glutes to not rotate the hips. Back to the left. It's okay for the back arm. So in this case right now, the left elbow is flexing a little bit. That's perfectly fine. Your angle is decreasing, so that's going to naturally happen. As I move the stick to the right, my left arm is extended, but my right elbow is going to flex a little bit. Squeeze those glutes. Good. Now let's go ahead and switch hand position. And again, 50% tension, push. Now squeeze the glutes, keep the hips still, but let the head rotate. So now the head is traveling with the stick. So just eyeball the stick. Just keep an eye on it. Your hips are still square though. So the hips are not moving. The glutes are actually acting as a braking system right now. One more to the left. Remember, you're driving that stick into the floor the entire time. Push that stick into the ground, about 50 to 60% tension. Back to center. Switch hand position again. And now let's let the hips rotate. Ready? Push the stick into the floor, 50, 60% tension. Keep your feet flat, but as we go to the left, let the right hip rotate. You'll get more rotation. Remember, you're driving that stick into the floor. If the stick starts to travel on you a little bit, then just simply take a quick second and readjust it. Squeeze those glutes. Let the hips rotate, but keep your feet flat on the ground. So keep them suction cupped to the floor. One more to the left. One more to the right, pushing that stick down the entire time, 50 to 60% tension. Let those hips turn. You should feel that chain reaction, the torque at the foot and the ankle, especially on the left side right now. Come back to center. Okay, switch hand position. Now we're going to go through the full rotational pattern. We're going to corkscrew that back foot. So if I go to the left, that right foot is corkscrewing and rotating. It's not just about elevating the heel, it's about elevating and rotating. Ready? Reset. Let's move the hands up a little bit more. So we're going to move the hands up to about chin level right now. Push the stick into the floor, about 50% tension, 50, 60% tension. And now corkscrew that right foot into the floor and turn. Full rotation. Maximal extension on the right toes, right ankle, right knee, and right hip. Back to center. Pause, so put your right heel down. Lift your left heel up. Corkscrew. So we have maximal extension through the left toes, left ankle, left knee, and left hip. Pushing that stick down into the floor. Back to center, stop right there. Ready? Again, push the stick down, about 60% tension. Corkscrew the right foot and rotate. Breathe. Back to center. Pause. Again, ready? Drive the stick down. Rotate to the right. Corkscrew that left foot. Full rotation. Breathe. Back to center. And relax. Overhead dislocates. Wide grip on the stick. Make sure the pinkies are fully engaged. Do not let those pinkies fly off the stick. Horse stance. I'll take a slight angle. Move out of the way of the cage here. Take a slight angle so you can see the hip position. Head stacked over the shoulders, shoulders stacked over the hips. Pull apart on that stick at about 40% tension and slowly go overhead. And hold. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. You're pulling apart on that stick. Come back to center. When you see the stick in your peripheral line of sight, push in on the stick. Shorten it. And again, pull. Come up and over. Breathe. Keep the ribs down. Hold. You're still pulling apart on that stick. We're keeping tension. And we're staying in this position for a little bit longer so we get some adaptation. Come back to center. When you see the stick in your peripheral line of sight, push in. 2 more reps. Here we go. Ready? Pull. If you have really good shoulder mobility, move your hands in closer towards the center of the stick. If not, then just stay where you're at. Some of you may have to move out a little bit. It's perfectly fine. Ribs to hips. Breathe. Come back. Keep pulling apart. When you see the stick, push in. Shorten the stick. 1 more. Here we go. Ready? Pull. Up and over. Ribs to hips. Hold. Full inhale, full exhale. Keep your head stacked over your shoulders, so no forward head protrusion. Breathe. Come back over. Keep pulling apart on the stick. When you see it in your peripheral line of sight, push in. Excellent. Take a quick second. Now, let's work the shoulders in the opposite direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to place your back facing the wall behind you. All right? So you're going to use the wall as feedback for the stick. So let's go overhand grip. So don't step too far away from the wall. If you have really good shoulder flexion, then go ahead and do it. Or shoulder extension, sorry. Okay, ready? Chest up, head up. Pull apart on the stick. So we're pulling apart. Palms are facing backwards, not forwards. So pull the palms outward. Should feel the shoulders pulling apart. And now move the stick away from you. Once it touches the wall, push the stick into the wall. Or your door jams. Breathe. Keep pulling apart and move the stick back towards your backside. All right, let's do that again. Ready? Palms facing away from you. Pull apart on the stick. Pull. Breathe. And now move the stick away from you. When it touches the door jambs or the wall, simply push. Breathe. Bring the stick back and relax. Let's go one more time. So you got two directions of force. You're pulling apart on the stick, trying to lengthen it, and then you're trying to push the stick into the door jambs or the wall. Okay, ready? Here we go. Last one. Pull. About 40% tension, and now move the stick away from you. Once it touches the wall or the door jambs, push the stick into the wall or the door jambs. Stay out of flexion. So we want to stay nice and tall through the spine. Breathe. And now move the stick back towards you and relax. Nicely done. Okay, now let's get inside that door jam and let's get some squatting in this morning. So we're going to do 5 reps on the Dunphy Squats, all right? Stick is at 12 o'clock. Set your feet where you feel comfortable squatting, all right? Not where I feel comfortable, but where you feel comfortable. Stick is at 12 o'clock. Find your belly button, and both hands go below the belly button, not above, below, okay? 50% tension, push. Drive that stick up. Feel the feet drive into the ground. Your whole posterior chain should be lit up right now. And now squat. Inhale down, keep the stick at 12 o'clock, and squeeze the stick with your elbows. As you squeeze the stick with your elbows, you should feel that wanting to promote your thoracic extension. Breathe. And now stand back up. Maintain that 50% drive. Okay, ready? Let's go 60%. Ready? Push and squat. Stick stays right in front of the face at 12 o'clock. Squeeze those elbows in. Breathe. Push. Come back up. Excellent. All right. Rep 3. Here we go. Ready? Push. Give me 70% tension this time. 70% push and squat. Breathe. 70% push. Back up and relax. Switch hand position. All right, here we go. We got an 80%er. Ready? Push. 80%. Drop. Squeeze those elbows in. Nice tall spine. Come back up. 80%. Push. Relax. All right. Got one more rep. Ready? Let's give it that 80% effort. Ready? Push. And drop. Squeeze those elbows in. Sit in that position. Get comfortable with it. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Come back up. And relax. Take a little rest. Okay, and we're going to go back and we're going to combine that with the cyclist squats that we did last workout. Okay. So, if you have 2 sticks, use 2 sticks. It'll give you a better base of stability. If you only have 1 stick, then simply just place the stick here at 12 o'clock. All right? So, your feet are relatively close together, about 4 inches apart or so. Sticks are at 11 and 1. Hands are about chest level. Bring your heels up so you're on your toes, and slowly drop down. Come back up. 1. So let's inhale down, exhale up. 2. We do 10 reps. 3. 4. 5. And it's okay if your heels are not as high as mine. It's perfectly fine. And if your depth isn't that deep, that's once again, it's perfectly fine. Your mobility is your mobility. Your body's going to let you know what it can handle right now. Self-regulation. Listen to what your body's telling you. Exhale up. Got 2 more, I think. One more. Lost track of count, sorry. Back up and relax. Nicely done. Okay, take a little breather. Now, we're going to use that door jamb or the wall to push and pull against while we do our lunges. All right, so first thing we're going to do, if you need a pad for your knee, go ahead and grab a pad for your knee. All right. So let's start with the left knee down on the floor, and the stick is going to be off to your right. So you have the long lever to your right side. Okay? So you see how I have the stick set up? Half kneeling position. Elbows are about 90 degrees. Chest up. And what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to hover the back knee, and then I'm going to pull with that right arm. Breathe. And relax. If you can't hover that back knee, that's perfectly fine. Push the back foot into the floor. You're going to feel that buildup in the hips. You just don't have the strength to actually lift, and that's perfectly fine. You'll develop that, all right? Okay, ready? Here we go. Hover the back knee, and now pull. And relax. You should definitely be feeling the obliques, the posterior obliques from the pull. All right, take a little breather. Now you may have to reposition yourself. So I'm going to scooch this back, and now we're going to do the push. Okay, so once again, elbows are about 90 degrees. I'm going to hover that back knee, and then I'm going to push with that right hand. Push, breathe. Relax. Okay, ready? And again, hover the back knee and push. Breathe. And relax. Let's switch sides. If you really like those, you can go back and do a couple more once this is over, all right? Once the workout's done, if you want to do a little bit more of the lunging, then go ahead and feel free to do that. I'm going to be in a backwards position here. Right knee is down, left leg is in front. I'm going to do the pull section first. Okay? Ready? So I'm going to hover the back knee, and then I'm going to pull with that left hand. Don't rock your weight back. Ease off. So as you pull with that arm, don't lean. Okay, ready? Hover and pull. Left hand is pulling, right hand is reflexively pushing. And relax. Okay. Change your body position a little bit. Now we're going to do the push. Okay, here we go. Ready? Hover and push with that left hand. Ease off. And let's go one more. Ready? Hover and push. And relax. Nicely done. Okay. Toy soldiers, part of our dead bug series. You'll need 2 sticks for this. If not, if you have 1 stick, you only do one side at a time. Lay down on your back. So I have my 6-foot sticks here. Dorsiflex your ankles. And you're going to take the sticks and place them on the tops of the feet. My hands are about chest level. Body is straight. And what I'm going to do here, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to squish that little marshmallow with the small of my back. So you know where the low back is. Imagine there's a little marshmallow under there and give it a little squish. And now 50% tension, push those sticks down into the top of the feet. The tops of the feet are reflexively going to push back. Now hover the heels and hover your head. Just 1 inch, breathe. Keep pushing. Build to 60. Build to 70. Keep swishing that marshmallow. And relax. Okay, ready? Now we're going to add some movement to that. Here we go. Ready? Squish the little marshmallow with the small of your back. If you have trouble doing that, then stay right there and maintain that. Remember, you're not lifting anything if you can't maintain squishing that marshmallow. Push, and now hover. If you can't hover, then stay with your head and your heels on the floor and just build up tension down there. If you can maintain that marshmallow squish, then bring your heels up and your head. Now bring your right leg up, right leg stays straight, and now switch. Keep that marshmallow squished. And relax. Take a second. I'm going to switch angles here so I don't hit that bench. Okay, last set of these. Here we go. Squish that little marshmallow with the small of your back. Push the sticks into the tops of the feet. About 60% tension. Hover and begin. Your elbows and your knees stay straight. Keep that marshmallow squished. That's the fun part. And relax. Woo. That is good times. Remember, that marshmallow has to stay compressed. That's showing us that you can access that deep front line and all your core tissues to keep your ribs, your upper and lower extremities connected together. All right? Let's put one stick up. And let's bring your chair over. All right? You have a seat on your chair. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up your tricep right now. We're going to focus on the tricep area where it attaches in, the lat, the ribs, the shoulders a little bit. Okay, so sit up nice and tall. Stick is at 12 o'clock. Take the left hand, palm facing forward, and reach over the top. This is kind of like the snake reach, all right? Take the right hand, thread it between the stick and your body. And then you're going to move the stick so that it's behind the left or the right shoulder blade, all right? So right from here, some people may already be feeling a really good stretch. If you want to increase that stretch, what I want you to do is take the bottom of that stick and move it out towards the left big toe. So you can see where I placed it. It's in front of the left big toe. I'm reaching it out. Don't let the left hand slide down. Keep the left hand right where it's at. Breathe. Now what I want you to do is I want you to pull the stick apart. So the left hand is now pulling up on the stick and the right hand is driving down on the stick. Pull. About 30% tension. Ease off. Now if you can, move the stick out a little bit farther. All right? Don't move your torso though. Keep your torso up nice and upright. Ready? And again, pull apart on that stick, pull. So the left hand is driving the stick up, and the right hand is pushing the stick down. Nice, deep breaths. Breathe. Ease off. Slide the stick back. Thread that arm back out and relax. Now let's go ahead and switch sides. So stick stays at 12 o'clock. Right hand, everybody wave it. Up over the top, palm facing forward. Everybody take that left hand, thread it between the stick and your body, and then move the stick so it's on the back side of the left shoulder. Right away, you may already feel a difference from one side to the other, all right? We all have those differences. Now, take the stick, the bottom of the stick, and move the stick in front and out towards the right toe. So for me, this is my tighter side, so I don't get to move the stick out as far. All right, breathe. Nice, full, deep breaths. And now lightly pull apart on the stick. So the right hand is pushing up on the stick, and the left hand is driving down. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Ease off tension. If you can, move the stick a little bit further. If you can, if not, no big deal. Okay, ready? Here we go. Pull. Lightly pull apart on that stick. Full inhale, full exhale. Breathe. Left hand is pushing down, right hand is lightly pulling up. And relax. Slide the stick back and bring your arm on out. And take a little rest. All right, nicely done on that. Okay, now let's move that chair away from you. Okay, if you need a pad, then grab a pad. But if you're or a couch cushion, something that you need, because we're going to go into a full kneeling position. We're going to do a back bend, all right? So we're going to address opening up all these anterior tissues. For this movement, make sure that your glutes stay engaged and that you're doing that posterior pelvic tuck. You're taking the bottom of the pelvis and you're rolling it forward, and you're taking the top of the pelvis and rolling it back. That's what's helping drive that back bend position. Stay out of the lumbar spine. If we're in this position, if you're moving, less is more to start with, especially if you don't have a lot of confidence in this move. Take your time with it, explore it, all right? Okay. So I have my back against the wall. I'm in a full kneeling position. Ankles are extended, so I want the top of the feet on the floor. All right? Stick is going to go behind my back, and make sure it's off to the right. It's on the right shoulder. So I want the stick to stay on my shoulder to give me another added point of stability. It's got a point of contact right here. Now from here, I'm stacking my hands. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, contract. I'm going to push the tops of my feet down into the floor. That's going to actually activate more anterior tissues to help decelerate my back bend. I'm going to let my head go back. Breathe. Squeezing the glutes, keeping the pelvis tucked. Driving the hips upward. Go to where you feel comfortable. Breathe. And now push the feet into the floor harder to help drive you back up. Okay? We're going to do that again. Ready? Push the stick down into the floor. About 30% tension. Push the tops of your feet into the floor. And now walk back. Let your head go back. Squeezing the butt, driving the pelvis upward. push the feet into the floor, and drive yourself back up. Take a little breather. Switch sides. So move the stick over. So the stick is on the left shoulder. Okay? Ready? Here we go. Push the stick down into the floor. Keep that stick against the left shoulder as you walk down. Let your head go back, squeezing the glutes, driving that pelvis up. Push the feet into the floor and drive yourself back up. One more. Here we go. Breathe. Push yourself back up. And relax. Nice. So remember, as you're doing that, you want to make sure that you can breathe. That's one of your top focal points that you want to look at. When you're in any position, you want to make sure that you have the ability to take breaths. All right? Okay, take a little breather. Now let's get into a little ninja flow. Wide base with the feet. We're going to place that stick inside the left instep. Left hand is at the top, just about top of the head level. Stick stays at 9 o'clock position, so don't let that arm slot change position. Ready? Push the stick into the floor, about 30% tension, and now hinge. Pushing the hips straight backwards. Breathe. Full inhale, full exhale. Reach across without shifting your weight and grab the stick with your right hand with a thumbs down grip. Your back is nice and flat. And now lunge to your right leg. Pushing that left foot into the floor to help drive you over. Lunge to the left leg. Pushing the right foot into the floor to drive you over to your left hip. Push your hips backwards, so don't let your hip roll forward. So you want to drive to the side, but also driving the butt backwards at the same time. And you're going to really feel that in the right adductor. Back to the right hip. Look up at the ceiling to your left. Try to look up at your left hand. Back over to your left hip. And let's look back at your right foot. Back to center. Release the right hand and come back up. Let's switch sides. Stick is at 3 o'clock position. Right inside the right instep. Right hand is at the top. Push the stick into the floor, about 30% tension, and hinge. Breathe. Nice deep breaths. Elongate the spine, so drive the hips backwards, soft angle at the knees. Reaching for the floor. Do not let that right hand slide down. Reach across without shifting your weight and grab the stick with the thumbs down grip. And now lunge to your left leg. Pushing that right foot into the floor to drive you over. Now lunge to your right leg. Pushing the left foot into the floor to drive you over. So you're driving your hips to the right and pushing your butt backwards. Back over to the left. Back over to the right. Breathe. Back to center. Release the left hand and come back up. Let's go through that again, except this time we're going to change your bottom hand grip a little bit. And we're going to add some activation by pushing the stick away from us. So we're back to the 9 o'clock position. Left hand is at the top. We're going to push the stick into the floor, about 30% tension. And we're going to hinge. We're going to sink back into that hip. So drive the hips back. lowering your belly button or your sternum to the floor, keeping your back flat. Now reach across and grab the stick just about sternum level with that right hand. Okay, and now lunge to your right leg and push away with that right hand. Ease back. So you're only coming back to center. Ready? And again, so we're going to lunge to the right leg and we're going to push that right hand away from us. Your top arm stays straight. You're not flexing that left elbow. It stays extended. Back to center. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Lunge to the right leg. Push the right hand away from you. Breathe. Back to center. Release the right hand and come back up. Let's go to the other side. Here we go. 3 o'clock position. Right hand is at the top, just about head level, keeping the stick at 3 o'clock. Let's push that stick into the floor, about 30% tension, and let's hinge. Sink your torso down towards the floor. Breathe. Elongate that spine. Full inhale, full exhale. Take that left hand, reach across, grab the stick just in line with your sternum. Okay, now from here, we're going to lunge to the left leg, and we're going to push the left arm away from us. So the left arm is driving out to your 3 o'clock position. Ease off, come back to center. Stay in that hinge position. Ready? Here we go. Lunge to the left leg and push that left arm away from us. Breathe. Ease off. Let's go one more. Ready? Push. Breathe. Ease off. And come back up. Woo! Great work today, everybody. Excellent workout. As always, this will be up on our YouTube channel. It's available for you. It's on IGTV for the next 24 hours, but then we're going to transfer it over. Hope if you want to go back through some of the movements that you just did, then go ahead and go through those again. Repeat them. Please check out our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Hope you enjoy the YouTube channel. New podcasts will be coming out, and Neil and I are just wrapping up our level 1 online certification, so that's going to be coming at you guys shortly. Until Tuesday, everybody out there, be good to each other.